Thank you for joining us for a special KBRFradio.com sports presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Nelson Auto and your Nelson starting lineups, Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game, Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show, Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region Healthcare timeout, Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard, the Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game, Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapies Incorporated, Fergus Falls Monument, Otter Tail Coaches, American Federal Bank of Fergus Falls, Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's, FM Bank, Service Food, Splash Express, American Legion Post number 30, Lake Country Graphics, LB Homes, and by Running Stitches. Now, let's head out for the pregame.
Hey, it's time for some Otter baseball. Welcome to American Legion Field. Mark Johnson with you as the Otters are taking on the Brainerd Warriors today in a Central Lakes Conference baseball game. And look forward to bringing this one to you here on the Fergus Falls Now app and also on the Fergus Falls KBRF YouTube channel and on channel 977. Otters fell on the road to St. Cloud here the other day. Lost 10-7 in that one. They had a 7-3, 7-4 lead in that one, but it was just a crazy inning for the Otters, where a lot of seeing eyeballs found spots and runs came across that. We'll hear from Coach Tilke in just a couple of minutes. There was only one error committed by the Otters in that game, and so Otters have been playing some good baseball, need some timely hitting, and be a good opportunity to get a win today against Brainerd, who perennially has been a pretty strong program, but right now the Warriors, they've only played 9 games so far, and they are 2-9 on the season. The Otters are 5-11. So we look forward to this one. We're going to take a brief timeout. We come back. We'll hear from Otter head coach Shane Tilke here from Fergus Falls, American Legion Field.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service Food.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Otter Tail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Otter Tail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
It's Otter playoff basketball as the Otters take on the Ricori Spartans tonight. I'm joined by Josh Steer, head coach of the Otters. And first of all, Josh, congratulations on a great season.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, it's been a fun run, and the girls have worked really hard to get here.
Now, 2 seed, Little Falls got the 1 seed, and I know you really wanted that game at Little Falls. Wilmer's the 3 seed, but where do you see yourself in the bracket? But the seedings, you think it worked out? It's QRF, but how do you like the bracket you're in?
Yeah, the QRF worked out as it should. We lost our head-to-head with Little Falls. That was kind of the most important game of the year. Going in, we kind of knew that it would be for that 1 seed, and the 1 seed is really important this year with hosting throughout the entire section finals. So if we're fortunate enough to get another chance at Little Falls, it'll be back at their place for a section championship.
No, it's the first time it's been like that, the high seed all the way through. But how did that come about? What was the genesis? And 3, 2, 1. It's a beautiful day for Otter Baseball on Channel 977, also streaming on the Fergus Now app and on the KBRF YouTube channel. I'm joined by Shane Tilke, head coach of the Otters. And Shane, there's never a bad day at the ballpark. You got some good music on. I don't know, infield, outfield guys are taking batting practice, but it's a great time here.
Yeah, it's just one of those days where it feels great to come out to the ballpark. Temperatures have given us a little reprieve here in the last 4 hours. We had a couple tough weeks of cold weather, and today is maybe not perfect, but compared to what we've been dealing with, this is a great day to play baseball for sure.
Before we get into the game, you're a dad. You got Parker and Bennett playing. Carter's playing at UW Superior. I have a son at Northwestern. Those two teams played each other today. Were you watching that today?
I had it on in the office. Maybe a few ball players strolled through and watched a few innings and got to see the a little UMAC playoff action, which is fun to see kids that are still playing the game of baseball in the college years. And it was a high-scoring affair, Mark, with the wind blowing out. I think a lot of balls were flying out of the yard today.
Yeah. A lot of fun, though, to follow our alumni. So let's talk a little about the game the other day down at St. Cloud, playing the Crush. And, of course, just one team between Apollo and Tech, but we don't really care about that other than the fact that we came on the short end 10-7, but we were up 7-3 in that game. But just talk about just kind of that crazy inning.
Yeah, we were battling. It was back and forth. We were down early, and then we came back and had like you said, a 7-3 lead, 7-4 lead there in the middle innings. And Hunter Powers gave us a great start, and Nolan came in and got out of a jam in his first inning in the fifth. We had a couple guys that gone out after he struck a guy out, and then worked out of that with only giving up one run, and they came out in the bottom of the sixth, and it felt like everything that we threw, no matter where it was, they were able to get a barrel to it and find a gap between shortstop and third, or a blooper over the second base, and they strung a few hits together, and it was just so late in the game we didn't really have a chance to counter back with only 3 outs left in the seventh. So that one, we played great baseball. We only had one error in the game, which was a questionable error. Like I told you, the ball was hit pretty hard and just took a funny bounce, and we keep playing good baseball and putting the ball in play and scoring 7 runs per night. We should find ourselves right there with chances to compete in every game we play.
Now, Brainerd, kind of similar to us right now. We have a better record, but they've only played 9 games. We play Little Falls tomorrow. Ada Borup, a makeup game from a Bemidji loss. But how's the pitching holding up right now? And I know that's always a challenge, isn't it, this time of year?
It is, and that's one of the things that we committed to this season to learn from what we went through last year is, we're going to continue to use, late April and now early May to develop that pitching depth. Mm-hmm. And so maybe we put a guy into a spot he hasn't been in before to see how he responds, trying to keep arms healthy, because when it's cold like it has been, that's tough on a pitching arm, especially early in the spring when they haven't thrown a ton of innings. So, that's kind of our deal is we're going to keep working the depth of our rotation, flipping bullpen guys to starters and vice versa. And that's what we're doing tonight. Even the other night, Hunter threw out of the bullpen last week, so he started a game this week. Parker's starting tonight, and he hasn't started a game since the Sartell game back at the early part of the season, and had been out of the bullpen once against Alec. And we're just really trying to see what guys can do, how far in a game they can go. And then with Parker, we've been kind of watching his physical status. He had a knee that got him in football, and it kind of rebounded in hockey, and it's his push-off knee, and that's been bugging him his first few outings. So we want to see if we can stretch him out a little bit tonight and see if that knee responds a little bit better with a little bit of work we've done in the last few days.
It's huge if you get in a double limb tournament in the sections too, and that's what really, really counts. We play a good Central Lake schedule, and it's going to be a tough section too, but you need that depth.
Yep, that depth is critical, because there's going to be, I think we're one of the only 9-team sections in the state, and so you got to battle through the best of the best. Don't have to play everybody, but you're certainly going to have a long path to get to where you want to go, win or lose. So that's something that we're trying to, like you said, Mark, we're trying to build up for that and put guys in situations, see how they respond, and you don't need to win them all in early May, but you want to start playing your best baseball at the right time.
And then lastly, Shane, what are some keys to the game, which is brought to you by the Viking Cafe? Just keys, as we're getting to this stretch of the season.
Yeah, I think it's same as usual for us, is we don't want to give any extra outs, any free bases. So we want to throw strikes. We want to make plays on defense. If guys hit the ball, they hit the ball. Eventually they're going to find a way to hit something at somebody. And then offensively, I think there's two big keys for us. We want to build a lead early for a change and not have to dig out of a hole. But also our 2-out hitting. I mentioned it at the last home series with Alec. Teams have gotten to us with 2 outs, put the ball in play, and we have not shown what we can do there yet. With 2 outs, a guy on second base, we got to find a way to manufacture a 2-out run and put a little pressure on the defense and on the pitcher.
All right, Shane, beautiful day for baseball. Good luck.
Hey, thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
All right, we're back with more after this break. You're listening to Otter Baseball on Channel 977.
It's time to get road trip ready with the new Chevy Silverado from Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. Minnesota Motor has increased their dealer discounts so you can get a great truck at a great price. Plus, take advantage of 0% APR for 36 months or customer cash. Whether you're heading out on a road trip or running errands, Minnesota Motor will be with you every mile. Chevy, together let's drive. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Hey, welcome back to American Legion Field as the Otters are taking on the Brainerd Warriors. We'll come back with our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups in just a couple of minutes here. But this Brainerd team only has 2 wins on the season thus far. They beat Ricori 3-2, beat Duluth East 3-2. Otherwise, their losses coming a pair of games to Sartell, lost to Sauk Rapids Rice, also to Wilmer, and a pair of games to Alexandria and to St. Cloud 3-2. So this will be a good competitive game here and an opportunity for the Otters to get a Central Lakes Conference win. Looking forward to it. The Brainerd Warriors and the Otters will come back with that after this break.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
Welcome back to American Legion Field. It's now time for the Nelson Auto Center. Starting lineups brought to you by Nelson Auto Center, Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. For the Otters, leading off and playing second base is Nolan Fellstool. In the 2 slot, the left fielder Micah Johnson. Hunter Powers batting third and playing third base. Brody Cryan in the cleanup spot, playing first base. Parker Tilke in the 5 hole, he's pitching, followed by Jacob Froning, who is playing center field, and Bennett Tilke in right, and Brant Sherman behind the plate, and then Cam Wiedrich at short. For the Brainerd Warriors, they'll go like this. Number 9, Brady Vanek will lead off and play center field. Rylan Amundsen will be the second baseman. He wears number 3. And Bodie Pepcorn, the shortstop, followed by Mike Hegerle. And then the DH, Gus Lund. And Griffin Bartholomew's the catcher. Hakan Hapajoki, the first baseman. Joey Castle in left field. And in right field, Kashi Kahi. All right, we're set to go. Parker Tilke on the mound for the Otters, getting the start here. And again, he had injured his knee in football and also a little bit in hockey again. And they're going to see how far he can go. You heard head coach Tilke talking about that in the pregame show. First pitch is inside to the center fielder, Brady Vanek. So 1-0 the count. Again, the infield for the Otters, Cryan is at first, Fellstool at second, Cam Wiedrich at short, and Powers at third base. Again, Brant Sherman, the catcher. Here's a pitch. Fall back. Again, our outfield is Micah Johnson in left. And Jacob Froning in center. Right field is Bennett Tilke. So 1-1 the count as Brady Vanek fouled that pitch off. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's going to be high. Count goes to 2-1. So 2-1 the count here. Again, we're in the top of the first inning. Curveball in for a strike. Good pitch by Carter, or not Carter, his older brother. Carter was playing against Andrew Johnson, my son's team, Northwestern, today in the UMAC playoffs. Swing and a miss, struck him out. I'll talk about it in a second here. Wisconsin Superior, where beat Northwestern 11-8. The shortstop for UW Superior hit a grand slam, a double, and another home run. He provided all the fireworks. All right, here's Rylan Amundsen. Pitch swung on and missed, so a good start here for Parker. If Parker's right around the plate like that, he's got a good curveball, a little pop in that fastball as well. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be outside, 1-0. Yeah, yep. Upper Midwest Athletic Conference. Here comes the pitch, 1-1. Tilke, that's going to be high, 2-1. Again, Brant Sherman doing the catching. Tilke on the mound. Beautiful day for baseball. Comes the 2-1 pitch. That's outside, 3-1. Nicest weather for baseball we've had in about a month. Remember, though, a few weeks ago it started like this and ended poorly. There's a base on ball, so Amundsen draws a walk, and Bodie Pepcorn will step in, plays shortstop. Another little sidelight here. One of the umpires, Darby Carlson, played amateur ball against PA announcer Robbie Olson, and they met before the game, and Robbie said that Darby said, You hit the longest home run off me. So is that true, Robbie? I should have a microphone and interview on that one. That's what he said. There's a first pitch in for a strike. He was a baseball coach many years at Maple Grove, played at the University of Northwestern where I played ball, and I actually played an alumni game against him. Yeah, he was one of the older guys playing at the time. I haven't talked to him. I'll talk to him sometime. But here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Tilke here gets him 0-2. Kind of changed speeds there and got Pepcorn to get him off balance. Again, the on-deck batter is Mike Hagerly, the third baseman. Thrower to first. Amundsen gets back easily. So Tilke from the stretch. 0-2 pitch to Pepcorn. Ground ball to the shortstop. Wiedrich on the backhand, on to second, on to first, and a double play. A 6-4-3 double play. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Good start here for the Otters. We'll come back with the bottom of the first. After this, our recap of the inning brought to you by the Minnesota Motor Company.
It's time to get road trip ready with the new Buick from Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. Take advantage of Minnesota Motor discounts, bonus cash, and financing specials now through June 1st. Thinking about trying Buick for the first time? New GM owners can take advantage of conquest savings of $1,750 on the Buick Envision. Contact the sales team for details. Buick, exceptional by design.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Welcome back to American Legion Field. Game time temperature, what was it? 58 degrees. And again, the flag in left field is not moving too much, so it's a good sign. But that doubleheader, that second game against Wilmer, we had gale force winds, blowing hats off. We had dust bowl. It was unreal. So Gus Lund on the mound here. And again, the defense will be Hopajoki at first, Amundsen at second, Pepcorn at second, Hegley at third base, Castle in left, Vanek in right, Vanek in center, Kahi in right, and Bartholomew the catcher. It'll be Fellstool, Johnson, Powers, and then it'll be Krein in the cleanup, followed by Tilke, Jacob Froning, Bennett Tilke, Brant Sherman, and Cam Wiedrich. So Fellstool will step in here for the Otters. So Nolan steps in, wears number 3. Batting .418 right now. He's got 18 doubles, 23 singles. Had a good stretch here. First pitch in for a strike. Count 0-1. Also has a triple. So Fellstool. Pitch high. It's 1-1. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Pitching outside, 2-1. So Fellstool, a good leadoff hitter. Left-handed bat. Pitch inside. That was a curveball. Kind of dived down in on the hands. Fouled out of play. Count goes even to 2-2. So 2-2 the count here to Nolan Fellstool. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch swung on and missed. Nolan was trying to line that one out into left field and couldn't quite get to it. And so a strikeout here for Gus Lund. And batting next for the Otters is Micah Johnson, playing center field this afternoon. First pitch outside. Micah hitting .255 on the season. He does have 10 doubles. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Pipecorn, the shortstop. Pepcorn up with it on to first and a 6-3 putout. And there are 2 down. Hunter Powers will step in. Batting .304. 14 singles, 10 doubles. Got 3 triples. Got also 1 home run, I believe. Powers has got 1 home run. Brody Crine has a home run. No, Powers has got, three triples and 1 dinger, I believe. There's a fly ball to left field. Powers is going to fly out to the left fielder as Castle gets underneath that one. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're going to head now to the top of the 2nd inning. We'll be back with more after this.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Hey, we're back here. It's the top of the 2nd inning. Both teams go 3 up and 3 down. Brainerd will bring up Mike Hagerly, Gus Lund, and Griffin Bartholomew. Again, Parker Tilke got a strikeout in the 1st inning, as did the pitcher Gus Lund. And we'll give you an update on the JV game. We'll get on my game changer here. Brainerd is up 2-0 in that one. But the JV has 2 runners on right now. So technology, it's pretty amazing, isn't it? When it works. All right, here we go. Mike Hagerly will step in. Plays third base, wears number 12. First time around for Parker seeing the Brainerd batters here. He's a left-handed bat. Brody Crine playing him pretty close to the line. Ground ball left side, knocked down. Powers on to first. Good play by Powers. You know, when you play third base and they're hard hit like that, you got time, you knock that ball down, and good job by Hunter. That's a 5-3 putout, and the pitcher, Gus Lund, who's DHing for himself. He's the pitcher. He'll step in. Bartholomew is on deck, and if he were to reach, both that would be Hopajoki, pardon me. First pitch, curveball in for a strike. Parker in a nice groove here, keeping the ball down in the zone. Otters turned a double play in the 1st inning. Swing and a miss that time. Count goes quickly to 0-2. Gus Lund, a right-handed batter. Comes the 0-2 pitch. High and outside. It was a good spot, though, to see you get him fishing on that high fastball. You know, you don't have to throw a strike to strike a guy out. You know that? There's a blooper into right field, but Bennett Tilke hesitated momentarily. Yep, and an error on Tilke. He hit the glove, couldn't quite get it in, so Lund goes to first. Yeah. That's what the scoreboard says. So here comes the first pitch to number 11, Griffin Bartholomew. Yeah, left-handed bat this time. They'll throw it to first, and getting back easily is Gus Lund. So 1 out here for the Otters with 1 man on base. Griffin Bartholomew at the plate. 1-0 pitch. Low for a ball. Count goes to 2-0. So 2-0 the count. That pitch is fouled back. Out of play. 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Bartholomew. Tilke, strike, good curveball. Count is even at 2-2. Parker's done a good job staying down in the zone. The Otters turned a double play in the first inning, and then Powers had a ground ball out in the first out of here of the second inning. Throw over to first. Not a big lead, but Gus Lund was kind of leaning towards second base. Again, we're in the top of the second inning. No score on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Tilke. Pitch driven to center field. Going back is Jacob Froning. That's going to go into the gap. Gus Lund is going to stay at third base in a stand-up double for Bartholomew. So a two-bagger there. So Hopajoki will step in. He is the first baseman. I suppose we better go with what they have, though. Huh? So that Gus Lund, the official score on that is a hit rather than an error, but he's on third base now. Hopajoki at the plate. 2-0 or 0-2 quickly. Number 7 hitter, Hakan Hopajoki. Pitch grounded up the middle. And a tough hop there for Fellstool. That'll be an error. Let's see what they, So an error on the second baseman, Fellstool. And Gus Lund comes across to score. Bartholomew to first. And there's one across here in the inning, and one down, runners on first and third. And at the plate is Joey Castle. First pitch, swing and a miss. Yeah, that was an 0-2 pitch. There's the pitch, swung and missed, 0-2. You get 0-2, sometimes you got to throw some garbage up there. There's the 0-2 pitch. Parker Tilke on the mound. Castle at the plate. There's a fly ball to right field. Bennett Tilke is under it, makes the play. And tagging and scoring from third base is Griffin Bartholomew. So a sacrifice fly by Castle. And there are two down. So two across right now, and Cash Kahi will step in. It's number 4. He is the right fielder. So 2-0 now, Brainerd here in the top of the second inning. Here's a pitch from Tilke. Ground ball. Crine, nice play at first base. Unassisted put out. But in the inning, 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. 1 on base. 2-0 Brainerd. We'll come back with the bottom of the second. Again, our recap of the inning brought to you by the Minnesota Motor Company.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, welcome back to American Legion Field. Brainerd comes up with a couple of runs on the inning. They had 2 hits, got 2 across. We had 1 error, and in the inning, Tilke had 1 strikeout. And so a 2-0 lead here now for Brainerd. We're at the bottom of the 2nd inning. 1 game, not a doubleheader. You know, if the temperature is above 55 and the wind's under 30 degrees, you should automatically play a doubleheader in Minnesota baseball. If it's under 40 and blowing, just play 1-9. No, there's no 9 inning. It's all 7. So, all right, here we go. Otters going to lead off with Brody Crine. Crine steps in with 347 average, 17 hits, 14 doubles, 2 triples. He got a home run as well. And here comes the first pitch to Crine. That's low in the dirt. So here's the 1-0 pitch. First baseman Brody Crine in for a strike. Tell Brody kind of wanted that one, but laid off, and it's a curveball in for a strike. 1-1. Parker Tilke on deck, followed by Jacob Froning. 2-1 now, as that one's low in the dirt. Crine wears number 11. Comes a 2-1 pitch. Left side ground ball. Up with it is Mike Hegley over to first, and he got him. A good dig over there by Hopajoki. And that is a 5-3 putout. And Parker Tilke will step in for the Otters. Parker hitting .278. 8 doubles, 10 singles, 1 triple. 1 home run as well. So Tilke wears number 1, doing the pitching this afternoon. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. Then Jacob Froning is on deck. There's 1 down. If Jacob were to reach, he's followed then by Bennett Tilke, Brant Sherman, and Cam Wiedrich. Pitch popped up. Who's going to get this one? Looks like the center fielder is under it. And Vanek makes the play, and there are 2 down. One thing about the Otter team, they're up there to swing. So 2 quick outs, and Jacob Froning will step in. And Jacob wears number 10. He's been having a nice year as well, hitting .350, 14 doubles, 14 singles. First pitch fouled off. 0-1. So 0-1 the count here to today the center fielder Jacob Froning. Parker Tilke usually plays center field. Parker pitching, so Jacob moves over from left field to right. Pitch inside. Yeah. 1-1. Otter JV is now up by a score of 4-2. There's a ground ball left side. Pepcorn up with it. Strong throw to first. And he pulled his foot. It's pretty obvious there. See how we score that one. Should be a throwing error. We'll see. We'll wait and see here. But nonetheless, Froning reaches. He's at first base. Yeah, there's an error. He reaches on the E6. And Bennett Tilke will step in. Brant Sherman is on deck. There's 2 outs, though. Bennett hitting .316, 12 singles, 10 doubles, 2 triples. First pitch is a ball. It's 1-0. Ball 2, high. Jacob Froning at first base. There's 1 out. Or 2 outs, pardon me. There's the pitch outside. Catcher did everything to frame that one. He pulled that one from Minnesota Motors over the plate. You know, if you frame them too obvious, it's kind of an integrity issue, right? No, every catcher does it. There's really an art to it. Comes the 3-0 pitch. Inside, so a base on ball. 2 runners on base, and head coach Tilke talked about this in the pregame show, just the importance of 2-out hitting. And a mound visit here for Brainerd. Tom Fairbanks, who is an alumni of University of Wisconsin-Superior, where Carter Tilke is playing. Talked to Fairbanks before the game. He'll talk to his infielders and make sure everybody's on the same page here. So on second base, Jacob Franny reached on an error, and then Bennett Tilke draws a walk, and Brant Sherman will step in. Sherman hitting .200 on the season. So Brant will step in here, and Cam Wiedrich will follow him.
Batting for the Otters, the catcher number 4, Brant Sherman.
Otter JV up 6-2 now, having a big inning. They're in the bottom of the first. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Pitch just missed inside. Tried a curveball. So 1-0 to Brant Sherman, right-handed catcher for the Otters. Pitch, that's going to be low. So 2-0 the count to Brant Sherman. Runners on first and second base for Fergus Falls. There's a pitch outside. So that's 7 straight balls right now. So here comes a 3-0 pitch inside for a ball. So 8 straight balls thrown, and the bases are juiced. And Cam Wiedrich will step in. Hitting .209 on the season. Wiedrich, excellent defensive shortstop. Micaiah Abramson will come in to run for Brant Sherman, the catcher.
Running for the catcher, number 22, Micaiah Abramson.
So bases loaded here for Cam Wiedrich, the 9-hitter for the Otters. Pitch in for a strike. After 8 straight balls, Gus Lund gets one across. And there's a pop-up. Is that one going to get out of play? Yes, it is. 0-2. So 2 walks, and Jacob Franny reached on an error. Bases are loaded. Just need a timely hit here, and Wiedrich would now face with an 0-2 count. This pitch from Gus Lund. That's going to be popped up. And the third baseman is under it, makes the play. Mike Hagley with the play. And so the Otters, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and they leave 3 on base. Minnesota Motor brings us our recap of the inning. We'll come back with the top of the third. Otters trail 2-0.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Welcome back to American Legion Field. The Otters trail at 2-0. We head to the top of the third inning. JV up 7-2 over on Farmers Field in that game right now. 8-2. I just clicked it back on. They are in the bottom of the first inning. I think they've batted around since I've looked on here, so. They picked up a nice win over St. Cloud the other night. And so Brainerd will lead off with their leadoff hitter, number 9, Brady Vanek. He'll be followed by Ryland Amundsen and Bodie Pepcorn. 2-0 in favor of Brainerd here. Again, we're in the top of the third inning on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Here's a pitch from Tilke. Swung on and missed. Got him fishing. Threw that one outside and low, and Vanek went after it. He's a left-handed leadoff hitter, just like Fellstool for the Otters. Here's a pitch from Tilke. Ground ball, right side. Fellstool up with it and makes a nice play there. Got it on the short hop. And so a 4-3 put out of Vanek. And Ryland Amundsen will step in. He grounded, reached on a base on ball, and then was out on that double play. A 6-4-3 double play. Here's Tilke. First pitch to Amundsen is high, 1-0. So 1-0 the count here to Ryland Amundsen. Tilke delivers. Nice curveball and a strike. His curve is more like a slider. You know what it is? It just breaks at the end. It's a nice pitch. Parker throwing well here. That pitch is low. You know, his ball has a little tail on it, too, his fastball. You can see that. You don't see that very often. Curveball and a strike. Keep throwing those. I want to call Parker Carter. His grandpa might be in the tractor right now, so if he's listening, Shane's dad, farmer down by Benson area, fall back into the screen. 2-2 is a count. 1 out on that ground ball to Dexter Fellstool. Made a nice play on that Brady Vanek ground ball. There's a wild pitch. Just a bit outside. 3-2 the count. 1 out for the Otters. And the batter is number 3, the second baseman, Ryland Amundsen. There's Tilke's pitch. That's going to be outside. It'll be a walk here. So Amundsen with a good at-bat there. Takes the count to full and reaches first base. And the number 3 hitter, Bodie Pepcorn, will step in. He was out on that double play ball. Grounded into a double play. So 1 out and 1 on. There's the thrower to first. Cryan applies the tag, but in easily is Ryland Amundsen. There's a ball high and outside. First pitch to Pepcorn is high and outside, 1-0. 1 runner on for the Warriors. Thrower to first. Good play there by Brody. Kind of threw to Brody's left. Again, Mike Hagerly, the third baseman, is on deck. Stealing their running, hit and run going on there. Unless he was trying to protect him. That's going to be fouled toward the Brainerd dugout. Count is at 1-1. 1-1, 1 out here in the top of the third inning here from American Legion Field. Pitch from Tilke. That's a ball. Count goes to 2-1. Otters will play Little Falls tomorrow. We'll have that game on the air and on our streaming outlets. There's a pitch in for a strike. Nice curveball. 2-2. Keep throwing those curveballs. Yep, number 3 hitter. I'd give him another curveball. Here's Tilke's pitch. Ground ball left side. Hunter Powers tried to short hop it. You know, you got to really commit. You got to either commit or stay back. He committed. And an error there on the – so an error on the third baseman, Powers. So down to second base goes Amundsen. Pepcorn at first, and the third baseman, Mike Hagerly, steps in. He grounded out to Nolan Fellstool in the second inning. Otters got the first out, but now there's 2 runners on. Brainerd leads it 2-0. Pitch inside. That's a ball, 1-0. And Parker wants a different baseball. Call for time and chuck that one into the dugout. I don't know if the ump knew that he threw it out of. So the second base, the infield ump, Darby Carlson, gave him permission to throw that one out of there, but the home plate umpire wasn't looking that direction. He goes, "Where's the ball?" Hidden ball trick. Maybe the shortstop Wiedrich has it. 1-0 the count here now to Hagerly. Swung on and missed. 1-2. That's the one he wanted. 1-1. Gus Lund, the pitcher, is on deck. There's 1 out. There's 2 on, first and second base. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Strikeout would be nice here. Again, runners on first and second for the Warriors. Pitch, that's going to be outside. 2-2. Got Amundsen at second, Pepcorn at first. Tilke with the pitch. Inside, punt goes full, 3-2. So 3-2 the count. Tilke from the stretch comes to the rest. Pitch right down the pipe. There's a strikeout we needed. Got him looking. It's a backwards K in my book. And Gus Lund will step in. He reached on a single, which was really close to being an error, but the official score was a single, and scored a run. That was both in the second inning. So 2 outs now for the Otters. Runners on first and second. First pitch popped up. Nolan Fellstool's under it, and Nolan makes the catch easily. So in the inning, there are no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. 2-0 Warriors. Again, our recap of the top of the third inning brought to you by the Minnesota Motor Company on South Peb Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
There and then, no, but you get 5 hours off. And hey, we're back here at American Legion Field, 2-0 in favor of Brainerd, and they got those 2 runs in the second inning. And Fergus Falls here now comes to the plate, and they're going to bring up, let's see, yeah, it'll be Nolan Fellstool, a leadoff hitter, followed by Micah Johnson and Hunter Powers. Good time for the Otters to get some guys on and pick up a few runs here. So Gus Lund, the pitcher, throwing 29 pitches coming into the bottom of the third. I threw 14 innings one time, and I don't know if they'd let you do that nowadays. Against Columbia Heights. So did the other pitcher.
For the Otters in the bottom of the third inning, the
All right, here we go. Felstool struck out in the first. Good left-hand bat. Again, he's hitting .418. Pitch outside, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Nolan Felstool. That's the same pitch, like an instant replay there, high and outside. 2-0. Micah Johnson on deck, followed by Powers. He calls that one a strike. That's kind of a similar pitch. 2-1. Pitch to Nolan. Curveball. Sits on it, and that's going to be driven to the gap. And that one's going to go to the track. Felstool to second. He's going to get 3 here. They're having trouble getting it in. And Felstool is going to triple the lead off for the Otters. It was a curveball, and he just sat on it. Good. It kind of hung. But a 3-bagger for Felstool. He's having himself a year. That's his 6th triple of the year. They're hard to come by. They're not easy to come by. So, leadoff hitter, Nolan Felstool triples to right center. Micah Johnson, that one's fouled back. Hunter Powers, the 3-hitter on deck, and then Brody Klein, the cleanup hitter. Micah Johnson on the year hitting. There's a drive. Oh, to left field. It's going to be caught. Line drive. So a line drive to left field. It was well hit, but the left fielder, Joey Castle, makes the play. And so Hunter Powers will step in with a runner in scoring position. There's a pitch outside, especially on being at third base. So Powers takes the first pitch, 1-0. Again, Brody Klein is on deck. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be popped out towards left center. Felstool's going to tag. And there's going to be, he'll score easily there. The throw was left. So Powers with an RBI, a sac fly. And the Otters have one across as Felstool, who tripled, comes in on the sac fly. There's 2 down, and Krein will step in. So a sacrifice fly and an RBI, though, for Powers. And Brody Krein steps in for Fergus Falls. Krein hitting .347. He's got 14 doubles, too, and that's a lot of doubles, 2 triples, and a homer. Cleanup hitter for the Otters. Pitches inside. 1-0. Here's a 1-0 pitch to junior Brody Krein. Line drive, left field. And Brody is aboard. Good piece of hitting. You know, this is pitcher Gus Lund. Lund kind of hangs that curveball, and the Otters are hitting it. That's what Felstool hit. And Parker Tilke will step in. He popped out to center in the 2nd inning. Jacob Froning is on deck if Parker were to reach. 2-1, though, the score now. Pitch in for a strike. 0-1. 2 hits in the inning for the Otters, 1 across here. Krein is at first base. Comes a pitch and a line drive to the third baseman, Mike Hagley. And so Tilke is out. But there's 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. The Otters strand 1, but a triple by Felstool, a sacrifice fly by Hunter Powers brings in 1 run. Minnesota Motors brings us our recap of the 3rd inning. We head to the top of the 4th. Fergus Falls trails Brainerd 2-1.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Hey, we're back here at American Legion Field. The Otters get a run back as Nolan Fellstool takes a Gus Lund curveball, drives it into right center all the way to the fence. And then sacrifice fly by Hunter Powers. And it's 2-1. Again, we're in the top of the fourth inning. This game is moving right along. 46 minutes, we're into the bottom of the fourth inning. For the Warriors, it'll be Griffin Bartholomew, Hakan Papajoki, and Joey Castle. So Bartholomew steps in.
For the Warriors, the catcher number 11, Griffin Bartholomew.
He's the catcher. He doubled and scored a run in the second inning. Left-handed batter. And Parker Tilke pitching a good game here, as is Gus Lund. Two good pitchers here get going at it. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. Again, tomorrow night we'll have the Otters in Little Falls on the air, also on our streaming outlets. Here's the 1-0 pitch, in for a strike, 1-1. One the count here to the catcher, Griffin Bartholomew. That pitch is in the dirt, 2-1. Again, a nice crowd on hand here to watch some Otter baseball. Otter JV in the middle of the second inning leads at 8-2. Pitch in for a strike, 2-2. Again, Papajoki on deck, followed by Castle. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Bartholomew. That's outside. Punt goes full, 3-2. So 3-2 the count. Here's Tilke's pitch. Ground ball, right side. Picked up. Good play. Crine scoops it over to Parker Tilke, who covered first. And that's a 3-1 putout. And there's one down. And the first baseman, Hakan Papajoki. He reached on an error in the second inning. And Joey Castle is on deck. Otters trail at 2-1. Parker Tilke on the mound. Brant Sherman doing the catching. Here's the pitch. Tilke, swung and a miss. Curveball outside. Call it more of a slider. Here's the 0-1 pitch. 1-1 the count. Beautiful night for baseball here at American Legion Field. Yeah, let's just keep playing, huh? Here's the pitch. The Papajoki ground ball, right side. Fellstool, nice hop, nice throw. And there are 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the fourth inning. As Fellstool to Crine, and Castle steps in. So Castle steps in. He is 0 for 1, batted once. What did he do? Did he have a sacrifice, I believe? Yeah, sacrifice fly. Pitch is low and outside in the dirt, so 1-0, but it's 2 outs here for the Otters. To the number 8 hitter, Joey Castle. Cash Kahi is on deck if he were to reach. Castle wears number 7, plays left field. Here's the 1-0 pitch. inside for a strike, 1-0. That curveball, he'll throw it inside, throw it outside. Pitch from Parker Tilke. Swung on and missed. 1-2. See if the Otters can set down Castle here and get back up to bat. Pitch from Tilke. Kind of fisted him that it's going to be a bloop single. That's what you call aluminum bat hit. You'd never get that with a wood bat. But he kind of fought it off, Joey Castle, and singles to left field. He's got his bat out there, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, the right fielder, Cash Kahi. He wears number 4. See if Castle takes off here. Here's Parker Tilke from the stretch. Pitch is low and inside for a ball. 1-0. So 1-0 the pitch count here now. Tilke throws his curveball, but it stays up high. 1-1. Throw it at first. So Parker saw Castle kind of leaning towards second base. Not a big lead, but if you can get him leaning, it's not a bad play. Here's the 1-2-0 pitch. In for a strike. Count goes to 2-1. The on-deck batter is leadoff hitter Brady Vanek, but there are 2 outs. See if the Otters get a 1-2-3 inning here. It wouldn't be a 1-2-3 because Castle reached on a single, so count goes to 3-1. 2 outs, 3-1. The pitch, that's going to be fouled back. Counts full, 3-2. Castle will be taken off here. So 3-2, 2 outs. Runner will be going here. Your base runner, you got to make sure the pitcher's going home here. Here's the pitch. Runner's going. That's ball 4 high. So down to second base goes Castle, and down to first base with a walk goes Kahi. And Brady Vanek steps in. He is the center fielder. Struck out in the first, grounded out to Nolan Fellstool in the second. Or in the third inning, pardon me. 2 outs, 2 on here for Brainerd. Here's the pitch for a ball. Runners on first and second. Nobody across, so 2 outs here. At the plate, Brady Vanek, the leadoff hitter. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Cam Wiederick had it come off his, how are we going to score that one? A 6-4 unassisted, huh? It hit the shortstop, Cam Wiederick, and Nolan Fellstool was there to make the play. And 4 unassisted, though, but it did go off the shortstop, Wiederick. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 2 on base. We're going to head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Minnesota Motor gives us our inning recap. We'll come back with more after this.
It's time to get road trip ready with the new Buick from Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. Take advantage of Minnesota Motor discounts, bonus cash, and financing specials now through June 1st. Thinking about trying Buick for the first time? New GM owners can take advantage of conquest savings of $1,750 on the Buick Envision. Contact the sales team for details. Buick, exceptional by design.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Here we head down to the bottom of the 4th inning. Otters trail at 2-1. And Jacob Froning will lead it off, followed by Bennett Tilke and Brant Sherman. And a reminder, we'll have the Little Falls game. It was a game that was added, but that's a section game, a very important game for Fergus Falls here. And Jacob Froning will step in, reached on an error to the shortstop in the second inning. Again, followed by Bennett Tilke, Brant Sherman, and Cam Wiedrich. Gus Lund doing the pitching. Bartholomew's the catcher. There's a base hit into right field. Good job that time. Kind of fisted it out there into right center. And so the Otters have their leadoff batter aboard in Jacob Froning. And Bennett Tilke will step in. He walked in the second inning. So Bennett will step in here. He's followed by Brant Sherman and Cam Wiedrich. Bunt. It's going to go back to the pitcher. On to first, so they sack him over to second base. So Bennett Tilke gets the job done and moves Jacob Froning to second base. There's one out. And Brant Sherman will step in. Sherman walked in the second inning. Number 8 hitter for the Otters. Jacob Froning is on second base. There's a curveball low for a ball, 1-0. So head coach Shane Tilke, a little small ball here. Bennett bunts Jacob over to second base. There's a pitch high, ball 2. Otters trail 2-1. We're at the bottom of the fourth inning with a runner in scoring position. Sherman at the plate. Pitch. It's going to be popped back. And that's going to be out of play. You could hear the tin roof. 2-1 the count now to Brant Sherman. Gus Lund's gone all the way for Brainerd. Parker Tilke's gone all the way, although there is a Otter up in the bullpen. Micah Johnson, I believe. That one's going to be fouled back. Count goes even at 2-2. There's one out, one on here for Fergus Falls. And the only run scored by the Otter was that Nolan Fellstool triple and then the sacrifice fly by Hunter Powers. But the Otters have Jacob Froning at second base. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Sherman. Line to the shortstop. And he dropped it, getting the ball out of his glove. And Otters get fortunate there because Jacob Froning would have been doubled up. But Bodie Pepcorn, the shortstop, made the play on the line drive and on the exchange dropped it. And so Jacob Froning scooted back to second base. And Wiedrich will step in here for the Otters. And that one's going to be popped up to center field. And the center fielder, Vanek, comes up with it. The Otters get no runs. One hit, no errors. They leave one on base. We're going to head now to the top of the fifth. Our recap of the inning brought to you by Minnesota Motor Company. We'll be back with more after this.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Welcome back to American Legion Field. Parker Tilke comes back out on the mound for the Otters. They did have Micah Johnson just throwing some, so Parker is at 73 pitches right now. They usually keep him around that 100 mark, and this is the deepest he's going. I believe this is his first start of the season, isn't it, Robbie? Is that what you recall? One other? Okay. But again, Tilke had a knee injury in football, kind of dinged it up in hockey, and his dad, head coach Shane Tilke, was talking about the fact that on that leg he pushes off with his right leg has been bothering him some, but he must be feeling good here. He's pitching a good game. He's only yielded 3 hits.
For the Warriors in the 5th inning, the second baseman, number 3, Renan Amundsen.
And stepping in here for Brainerd is Amundsen. He's walked twice, takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Ball 2, 2-0. Robbie, what did Brady Vanek do? How did he get out the last 6-4? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep, okay. Fall back, pitch was fall back, so it's 2-1 right now. Pitch for a ball, 3-1. See if Carter can, or not Carter, I keep calling Parker Carter. It's his older brother. See if Parker can battle back here. Pitch in for a strike. It's a good pitch. 3-2. Both pitchers doing an excellent job here, only yielding 3 hits each team. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. So Tilke with his 3rd strikeout of Amundsen. And there's 1 down for the Warriors, and Bodie Pepcorn, the shortstop, will step in. Grounded out into a double play in the 1st inning, reached on an error to Hunter Powers in the 3rd inning. Mike Hagerly, the cleanup hitter, the 3rd baseman, is on deck. And here is the first pitch to Pepcorn. That's going to be way outside, 1-0. So 1-0 the count here. Pepcorn steps in. Again, we're in the top of the 5th inning. Otters trail 2-1. Ball high, 2-0. This game is moving right along. Here's Parker's pitch, 3-0, so he's got a battle back here. So 3-0 the count. Here's a pitch in for a strike, so Parker just hit the outside corner there. So 3-1, 1 out. Otters trail 2-1. Brainerd at bat. Pitch low and a walk here for Pepcorn. He'll go down to first base. And batting then will be the cleanup hitter, Mike Hagerly. Hagerly is the 3rd baseman. So 1 on, 1 out here for Brainerd. We're in the top of the 5th inning. There's the pitch. That's going to be low, ball 1. So pitch low and ball 1. Throw to first. Good job by Brody Crine. That one was going quite a ways to his left. Neither team has a stolen base in this one so far. Pitch outside, 2-0. So 2-0 the count. Here's Parker Tilke. Pitch in for a strike, 2-1. Good job by Parker coming back in that one, and don't want to go 3-0. Again, Bodie Pepcorn reached on a walk. So here's the 2-1 pitch. Let's see if he goes here. He's going. He had a big jump and a stand-up steal. And so a stolen base for Bodie Pepcorn, and a runner in scoring position here for Brainerd. They lead it 2-1. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch inside. 3-2. How about a time for a punch out here? Great opportunity here. There's the pitch. Swung. Let's see. Oh, they appeal that one. He held back, I think. But that does keep a double play in play here now with first base occupied. So base on ball. And we're going to maybe have a pitching change here. We shall see. It doesn't look like it, though. It looks like, nope, I don't think so. That he'd be in there by now. Yep, it's just a little time to chit-chat a little bit. Mound visit here for Shane Tilke. We'll come back with more after this.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Hey, we're back. Pitches fall back. We're back. Shane Tilke, head coach, made a mound visit, and Parker staying in the game. And the first pitch is fouled back by Gus Lund, the DH. Singled in the second inning, scored a run. And popped out to the second baseman, Dexter Fellstool, in the third inning. Or Nolan, pardon me. Runners are going. Second and third. And teams have been able to run on the Otters, and runners at second and third now with one out, and the count is 1-1 to Gus Lund, the pitcher. Pitch, ground ball left side. Powers is up with it. Play at the plate, they're going to get him. How about that? What a nice play there by Powers. Look at it on instant replay. Ground ball to the left side. Powers comes up with it. Throw at the plate. And so a good play there. A big out for the Otters. There's two down now. And instead of second and third, you have runners on first and second. So a fielder's choice there for Lund. And out at home plate for the second out is Pepcorn. First pitch in for a strike. That put a little snap in Parker's arm there. Get that big out. Only yielded 3 hits in this one and 2 runs. Otters do have 2 errors. Pitch to the right side. It bounces off Sherman's shin pad. Goes in front of the Otter dugout. Parker will pick it up. Count is 1-1. I think you want a different baseball, so we'll take a look at it. Parker will walk back out to the mound. 2 down here for Fergus Falls, but now runners at second and third. That was a good play by Hunter Powers and a nice tag, good throw and a tag by Brant Sherman on that fielder's choice, getting Pepcorn out at the plate. Pitch is high, ball 2, 2-1. 2 down for the Otters. The number 6 hitter, ground ball, right side. No, wait, that's foul. That's definitely foul. Foul ball by a mile. Yeah, that was way foul, so a foul ball. 2-2 the count. Umpire knew it was foul. I just didn't make the signal right away. 2 hands, right? You got to go 2 hands, right? 2-2 is the count with 2 outs. Score is 2-1 in favor of Brainerd. They got runners on second and third. Again, we're in the top of the 5th inning. Otters need this out here and get back up to bat again here. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Parker Tilke. Pitch inside. 3-2. So 3-2 the count. Again, Bartholomew doubled earlier in the game. Pitch inside, and he walked him. All right, bases are loaded here now for Hakan Hapajoki. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error in the second, grounded out to third base in the fourth inning. Hapajoki steps in. Bases are loaded. First pitch from Tilke. Drilled to left field. It's going to be over the head of Micah Johnson, off the fence. The ball's in play, though. Oh, it hit the scoreboard. So a grand slam. Oh, my. 1, 2, 3, 4 cross on one hit. A grand slam. So that's a big one there. A 4-bagger that pots 4 runs. So Hapajoki scores on the home run. Griffin Bartholomew is across, as is Gus Lund and Hagley. I thought it, yeah. So grand slam for Hakan Hapajoki. 6-1. 1-1 the count here now to Joey Castle. Boy, just like that, what a game changer that was. Otters still have 3 opportunities. Yep. Curveball inside, missed. Count is 2-1. So Parker's only given up 4 hits, but the grand slam, swing and a miss that time. Has there been 3 walks? Bartholomew walked 2. All right, here's the 2-2 pitch. Lined up the middle. And a base hit for Joey Castle. Cash Kahi's going to step in. So Kahi will step in. And we're going to have a pitching change here. Looks like Micah Johnson's going to come in. And we'll take a break and come back with more. Otters trail at 6-1. We are in the top of the 5th inning.
It's time to get road trip ready with the new Chevy Silverado from Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. Minnesota Motor has increased their dealer discounts so you can get a great truck at a great price. Plus, take advantage of 0% APR for 36 months or customer cash. Whether you're heading out on a road trip or running errands, Minnesota Motor will be with you every mile. Chevy, together let's drive. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Here Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Hey, we're back here. Micah Johnson comes in to pitch, and he'll pitch now to the number 9 hitter, Cash Kahi. First pitch in for a strike. So Parker Tilke goes 4 2/3 innings, gives up 6 runs on 5 hits. The Otters did commit 2 errors, and he ended up with 3 strikeouts. Pitched a solid game. That grand slam was just a tough one. It's 2-1 to start this inning with that grand slam by Hakan Hopajoki. Count is 1-1 though here now to Cash Kahi, the right fielder. Left-handed batter. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Micah Johnson. Normally plays second base, but was playing left field tonight to start the game. Comes into pitch. Parker Tilke goes to center. Jacob Froning goes to left field. Pitch swung on, and he struck him out. That's the 3rd out. But some damage done here. 4 runs on 2 hits. No errors. And 1 man left on base. We're going to head now to the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th here as the Otters now trail at 6-1. Our recap brought to you by Minnesota Motor Company.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Welcome back to American Legion Field. The Brainerd Warriors come up with 4 runs in the inning. That big grand slam by Hakan Hopajoki. But the Otters had 3 walks in that inning, and then the home run. We're set to go here now. The Otters lead off with Nolan Fellstool. The Otters still have 9 outs to work with here, as we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch low in the dirt, 1-0. So the Otters still have an opportunity here. That's a ball high, 2-0. Nolan had the triple in the 3rd inning, and then he was sacrifice fly by Hunter Powers. There's a pitch swung on, popped out to left field. And the left fielder is under it, and that is Joey Castle.
All right, in the pitcher, number 6, Micah Johnson.
And Micah Johnson will step in for Fergus Falls. So Micah steps in, followed by Hunter Powers here. First pitch, in for a strike. Micah came on in relief of Parker Tilke, got that 3rd out in the top of the 5th inning. Otters trail at 6-1. There's a pop foul, and the 3rd baseman, Higley, is under it. And the Otters now with 2 outs, and Hunter Powers, the 3rd baseman, is going to step in. Hunter has the only RBI in the game, that sacrifice fly that brought Nolan Fellstool in. Powers will step in. Big left-handed bat's going to go to UMD to play baseball. There's a nice base hit to the left side. Good piece of hitting by Hunter. Those good lefties like that know how to punch that ball into left field. And Brody Crine will step in. Crine singled in the third and grounded out to the third baseman in the second inning. Again, Otters got 9 outs to work with here. Powers at first. Crine at the plate. Pitch misses outside. Great night for baseball here from American Legion Field. Pitch is high, 2-0 to Brody. Parker Tilke is on deck. There are 2 outs, though, here. Crine singled his last time up. Runner on first is Powers, who led off with a single. There's a foul ball off Brody's foot there. He's okay. So Brody will head back to the plate here. Looking to move Powers around the bases here. Brody's got power, too. He hit a home run against Wilmer. Comes the pitch. That's low on the dirt. Powers will hold. Count goes to 3-1. Got to love this count, right? 2-1, 3-1. You love to be standing in there. Powers at first. Crine at the plate. Left side, base hit for Crine. He's 2 for 3. Good job there. A good piece of hitting by Brody. Takes that fastball and sends that into left field. And Parker Tilke will step in. Popped out to center in the second. Popped out to the third baseman in the third inning. So Tilke will step in. Pitch 4 2/3. Pitched a really strong inning and had those 3 walks, though, on that home run in the 5th inning, that grand slam. And that's going to hit Tilke. And Parker will go down to first base, and the Otters have the bases loaded. Good start to the inning here for the Otters. Tilke at first, Crine at second, Powers at third. And Jacob Froning will step in. He singled his last time up in the 4th inning, but he reached on an error in the 2nd. There's a pitch in for a strike. 0-1. Otters trail 6-1 here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Pitch inside for a ball. They kind of faked down to first base, and Parker scurried back over there in a hurry. Here comes a 1-1 pitch to Jacob Froning. That's high. Ball 2, 2-1. So 2-1. Froning at the plate, 2 outs, and the bases are loaded. Timely hitting. That pitch is inside, 3-1. So 3-1 the count. Here it comes. That's high. Good job by Jacob Froning. Lays off of that one. And the Otters get a run across as Powers comes in to score. Jacob Froning down to first. And Bennett Tilke is going to come in for the Otters, but Tom Fairbanks, the head coach, is going to come out of the dugout. So we'll see if he just talks to his pitcher. And Fairbanks talking to his team here, and it looks like they're going to leave him in, but just a mound visit there. See if we can get him settled down a little bit. 6-2 is the score now. 2 outs, and the bases are loaded. And Bennett Tilke is up for the Otters. Bennett had a sacrifice bunt in the 4th and walked in the 2nd inning. So 1 run across here for Fergus Falls in the inning. First pitch, ground ball foul, left side, 0-1. So we're set to go here. The 0-1 pitch. Bennett's taking his time getting into the box here. Big part of the game here for the Otters. One across here. There's a pitch outside. 1-1 the count. I have a feeling here if Lund walks Tilke or something happens here, something might change. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Change speeds there. It's a good pitch by Lund. Pitches count is 1-2 here. Bases loaded, 2 outs for the Otters. And there's a foul ball. And it's over the grandstand, goes out of play. So 1-2 to Tilke. Bases loaded for the Otters. And that's going to be popped out towards left field, and the left fielder, Castle, is under it. But the Otters do get 1 run on a couple of hits. No errors. The Otters strand 3. 6-2 is the score. The Otters get 1 back. We'll come back with the top of the 6th inning. Our recap of the inning brought to you by the Minnesota Motor Company. Otters trail at 6-2.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms 1 dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community 1 play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fergus Falls gets 1 back. Welcome back here to American Legion Field. And it was a walk. Hunter Powers reached on a single. Krein singled. Parker took his hit by a pitch, and then Jacob Froning walked, and across the score was Hunter Powers. So the Otters do get 1 back, and Micah Johnson on to pitch, came in and got the 3rd out of the 5th inning. And we head to the top of the 6th inning, and Brainerd comes to the plate, and they'll lead off with Vanek. So Brady Vanek will step in. Struck out in the 1st, grounded out the 2nd in the short, and then an unassisted put out by Nolan Fellstuhl in the 5th inning. We are in the top of the 6th. We're going to play 7 here tonight, just 1 game. Otters trail 6-2. But that grand slam by Brainerd in the 5th inning, the difference in the game. First pitch foul back by Vanek. Yeah, it was fouled back. Every so often in the Twins game, they'll foul into the press box. And yeah, I don't know. 0-1 the count. Here's a pitch from Micah Johnson in the dirt. I have to admit, I have not been the best Twins fan this year. It's kind of tough to be a Twins fan right now. Craig Olson, if you're listening, you and Dennis Mosier from Dalton, probably the 2 biggest Twins fans that I know. Ground ball, shortstop, Cam Wiedrich, up with it, on to first to make the putout. And that's a 6-3 putout. There's 1 down. Ryland Amundsen steps in. This is a fun time of the year, though. You have baseball going on. You got the Stanley Cup playoffs. You got the Timberwolves. You got some minor league hockey I'm watching, and Son Isaac is still playing right now. Ground ball left side. Powers comes up with it. It's going to be an infield hit. I like that play, though. Third base, you take everything you can get. And but it was a high hop chopper and an infield single for Ryland Amundsen. But good job by Powers to get over there. That should be a hit. I'm putting him a hit. That's got to be a hit. No way. Yep. We're going to keep it like that in my book. First pitch in for a strike. First pitch in for a strike. 0-1 now to Pepcorn, the shortstop. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch here, Micah Johnson. Curveball, nice curveball. 1-2. So 1-2 with one out. Runner on first for Brainerd. That's high. 2-2. So 2-2 is the count. One out here. Micah Johnson on the mound here for the Otters. One runner on is Ryland Amundsen. Pitch swung on and missed. Johnson struck him out. 2 down. Good job there for Micah Johnson. There's 2 down, and Mike Hegley will step in. He is a third baseman, grounded out to Hunter Powers in the second inning, struck out looking in the third, walked and scored a run in the fifth. Pitch, and that one's going to go out into left field, and Parker Tilke comes up with it. Good job by Parker flagging that one down. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 stranded. We're going to head now to the bottom of the 6th. Our recap brought to you by Minnesota Motor Company's Otters trail it 6-2. You're listening to Otter Baseball on Channel 977. Also streamed on the Fergus Now app and on the KBRF YouTube channel.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Welcome back to American Legion Field. Otters trail at 6-2 as we head now to the bottom of the 6th inning. Otters scored 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th. And Brainerd scored 2 in the 2nd, and they had the grand slam. That's been the difference maker, and that was in the 5th inning by Håkan Hapajoki. And Brad Sherman, the catcher, will step in here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Again, in our post-game show, we'll name our Quality Toyota Quality Player of the Game, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Here comes the Lund pitch. That's low for a ball. 1-0. 2-0. Catcher really tried to bring that one back in the zone. Got to give him credit, though. Here's a 2-0 pitch. That's in for a strike. 2-1. That's fouled back. Count goes even now at 2-2. Yeah, this game is really moving along. Pitch that's going to be popped up. Who's got it? The pitcher, Lund, is under it, and he'll make the play in his baby blue ball glove. Man, you can get about any color nowadays of a ball glove, but Sherman pops up to the pitcher. There's one out, and Cam Weidrich will step in for Fergus Falls. So Weidrich will step in here. The Otters trail 6-2 here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Here's the pitch from Lund. That's going to find a spot. Let's see if it does. It's going to fall just in front of the right fielder. So the Otters have a runner aboard. So Cam is on first base. And Nolan Felstu will step in, struck out in the first, had the triple, scored a run in the third, and then popped out to the left fielder Castle in the fifth inning. Micah Johnson's on deck, thrower to first. Weidrich is back, diving back into first. Good move by the pitcher Lund. There's the first pitch, high for a ball, 1-0. 1-0 the count. Otters have a runner on first base. Pitch, that's going to be popped out into left field, and Pepcorn is going to make a nice play behind the third baseman, Higley. And Fellstool pops out. 2 down now, and Micah Johnson, the pitcher, steps in. Micah's 0 for 3, grounded out to short, popped out to left, popped out to second base. There's 2 down here. Otters trail 6-2, and we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Throw to first. Weidrich gets back. Yeah, we need base runners. Pitch high, 1-0. Hunter Powers is on deck. Micah Johnson at the plate. Mike is a senior. Ground ball. Pepcorn on to second. And a 6-4 put out of Micah Johnson. Otters go down in order in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base. Weidrich picked up a hit. And that will bring us now to the top of the 7th inning. Our recap of the inning brought to you by Minnesota Motor Company. We'll come back with the top of the 7th after this. Again, the Otters trail 6-2.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Welcome back to American Legion Field. Otters trail at 6-2. Otters have 2 runs on 6 hits. Otters have committed 2 errors, and Brainerd has 6 runs on 5 hits, and they've committed 1 error. Micah Johnson came on in relief of Parker Tilke. Parker pitched 4 2/3 inning, gave up 6 runs, 5 hits. There were 2 errors during that time. Parker had 3 strikeouts, and the one big one inning was the 3 walks, and then the grand slam by Hakan Hopajaki. And we got a pinch hitter for Bartholomew. It's number 25, Titan Gaida. Now
batting for Lund, number 25, Titan
Gaida, I think. So Gaida steps in. Titan Gaida. He'll pinch hit here for the pitcher Lund in the top of the 7th inning. Pitch from Micah Johnson. Strike, curveball in the outside corner. Micah's done a good job here on a relief of Tilke. He's got 2 strikeouts. Pitch swung on and missed. Count is 0-2. Struck him out. Got him looking. Good. Oh, they're going to say it wasn't a strikeout. The Otters are going to throw it around. So count is 1-2. Did that thing fool the umpire there too? I was looking down at my score sheet here. Here's Micah. Curveball. That he got him. He just struck him. I said, I'll just take care of business here. So a good job there by Micah. That's his 3rd strikeout.
Batting for the catcher, Bartholomew, number 6, Liam Becker.
And Becker will step in. Liam Becker, pinch hitter. Where's number 6? He's a junior. So Liam Becker in the ball game here, pinch hitting. Ball high, 2-0. So 2-0 the count. Again, that Hopajoki grand slam, the big difference maker in this one. Pitch goes to 3-0 now. See if Mikey can climb the ladder here. Mikey had an excellent football season, a great basketball season as well. Pitching here, senior. There's a ball, a 4-ball walk that time. So Becker reaches on a base on ball.
Number 20, Hopajoki.
Hopajoki, who had the grand slam, is at the plate. Reached on an error in the second, had that 5-3 ground out in the 4th, and the home run, grand slam in the 5th inning. Pitch high, 1-0. Hit by pitch there. And so he got hit on the inside left hand, so hit by pitch. So down to second goes Becker. Joey Castle steps in. Hopajoki at first base. 6-2 is our score. 1 out for the Otters here. Again, Micah Johnson on the mound here for the Otters. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Otters will get one more crack here at Brainerd, but they got to stop the bleeding here and make sure they get out of this inning. Let's get a double play ball. See if we can roll one here. Castle is at the plate. Micah Johnson. Pitch, curveball in the dirt. Brant Sherman. Ball goes over towards the near side. He'll go back and retrieve it. 2-0. Or 1-0, pardon me. First base is open now, so a double play is not in effect as both runners advance. Hopajoki at second, Becker at third. And here's the pitch to Castle. He's got 2 hits in the game, also a sacrifice and an RBI. 2-0 the count. Again, we're in the top of the 7th inning. Otters trail 6-2. There's a fly ball to center field. Look for Becker to tag. Tilke's under it. Throw to the plate, and he sailed that one. That's going to hit the backstop, and the runner is going to go to third. So Parker sailed that one. He was going to try to throw him out at the plate, and coming across to score is Becker. And to third base goes Hopajoki. And a sacrifice, another sacrifice for Castle. He's got 2 RBIs on those sacrifice flies. But there are 2 outs here now, but it's now 7-2, pardon me. And again, with no hits in the inning, Brainerd has a runner at third and 1 across the plate and a pinch hitter.
Number 13,
Jaden Todges comes in for Kahi. Got some tough names here. That ball is going to be out to center field. Parker Tilke on to make the catch. But 1 run, no hits, no errors, and they leave 2 on. So, yeah, 1 left on. There we go. 7-2 is our score. We're going to go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Minnesota Motor gives us our recap of that half inning. 7-2 Otters trail. We'll be back with the bottom of the 7th after this.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Hey, we're back here now. Otters got their work cut out for them. They trail by a score of 7-2. And Hunter Powers is going to step in for Fergus Falls. Singled and scored a run in the 5th. Had a sacrifice fly in the 3rd inning. And popped out to left. So Powers steps in here for Fergus Falls. Gus Lund has gone the distance for Brainerd. That's going to be fouled back. Count goes to 0-1. So Fergus Falls now trail 7-2. Ground ball is to the second baseman. On to first. And that's a 4-3 put out for the Warriors. There's 1 down. And Brody Crine steps in. He's got 2 hits in the game, 2 for 3. Singled in the 5th, singled in the 3rd. And grounded out to the third baseman. The Otters trail 7-2. Cryan takes the first one for a ball. Cryan drills one into left field. That should be a 2-bagger. Brody hitting the ball once again. So he'll go into second base with a stand-up double. Good piece of hitting there for Crine. And he's got 3 hits in the game. Parker Tilke steps in. He was hit by a pitch in the 5th. Popped out to the third baseman in the 3rd inning and then popped out to center in the 2nd. So the Otters with a runner on base here in the 7th inning. Trailing 7-2 with there's 1 out. And Parker Tilke at the plate. Pitch, curveball in the outside corner, 0-1. Beautiful night at the ballpark here with the Otters trailing 7-2. Parker to left field. That's going to be popped out and caught. So Tilke is retired. So he flies out to the left fielder. And the Otters are down to their last out. Jacob Froning walked in the 5th, singled in the 4th, reached on an error. in the second inning. And here comes the pitch to Jay Fron. That's going to be a ball, 1-0. Jacob wears number 10. Crine on second base with a double. Pitch can be fouled back, and the count is 1-1. 1-1 the count here to Jacob Froning. Otters are down to their last out. They have a runner on second base in Brody Crine. Pitch, ground ball. Shortstop, up with it, on to first. And he is safe. Good hustle by Jacob Froning, an infield hit. Diving into first base, Brody Crine goes to third base. The Otters still have life as Bennett Tilke steps in. So Bennett steps in. Good hustle by Jacob Froning, diving into first base. Should have had a sliding mitt on. He's got it on now. Good job by Jacob Froning. 2 outs, so runners at first and third. Pitch from Lund. That's going to be popped back. Off the screen. 1 strike. Again, Otters are down to their last out here. Trail at 7-2. Tilke, left field, and that'll do it. As Joey Castle snags that one. It was a line drive, so the Otters, with no runs, 2 hits, no errors. They left 2 on base. Brainerd wins it 7-2 on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. We will come back with our post-game show, which is brought to you by our sponsors of our Quality Player T-shirts and Lake Country Graphics. We'll have that for you after this break.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service Food. Serving you best.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
See you later, Robbie. Welcome back to American Legion Field. The Otters lose it here by a score of 7-2. And in this game, Brainerd has 2 runs in the second inning. The Otters picked up a run in the third. That was that triple by Fellstool. And then Powers, with a sacrifice fly, scored Fellstool. So it's 2-1 We ride that all the way into the 5th inning, a tight game, and then a big inning for Brainerd, the grand slam by Hakan Hapajoki, and the Otters had 3 walks in that inning, and then Hapajoki blasts a bomb over the left field, hit the scoreboard actually, bounced back in play, but that grand slam made it 6-2, and then the Warriors add a run, or 6-1, add a run in the 7th inning, and the Otters get a run back in the 5th inning though, in this one, as Hunter Powers comes around to score. There was a walk, in some walks and a hit by pitch in that inning. So the Otters finished with 2 runs on 8 hits. The Otters committed 2 errors as far as my book goes, and Brainerd 7 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error in the game. Gus Lund for Brainerd goes the distance, gives up 6 hits, and he did have 4 strikeouts in the game. And again, Brainerd committed 1 error behind him. For the Otters, it was Parker Tilke going 4 2/3 inning. He gave up 6 runs on 5 hits. Otters committed a couple errors during that time, and he ended up with 3 strikeouts and did have 4 walks and hit 1 batter. Micah Johnson came in to pitch, and he pitched 2 1/3. And Micah had 3 strikeouts in that, gave up 1 hit, and walked 1 batter. So Micah came on, did a good job in relief. It's now time to name our Quality Player of the Game, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. For screen printing and custom embroidery with the best in personal service around, contact Lake Country Graphics. They're located at 1223 North Union Avenue, or call them at 998-4027. And we're going to move things around here a little bit, and we're going to go with Jacob Froning. He had 2 hits in the game, played solid defense, and dove into first base to get that, try to keep things alive, got an infield hit in this one, but Jacob Froning started in center, played left field in this one as well. We're going to have more baseball tomorrow night for you on the air, as the Otters host Little Falls, and that's a big section game, so we'll have that for you, and hopefully the Otters can get things turned around here. The Otters have lost, I think, 6 straight now, and that'll be a 5 o'clock first pitch, 4:45 pregame show. We'll have it on Channel 977, also streamed on the Fergus Falls Now app. So with that, we're going to close things out here and finish things up here, as the Otters lose it by a score of 7-2. Good night, everyone.
Thank you for joining us for a special KBRF Radio